Joshua 15. The lot for the tribe of the people of Judah according to their families reached southward to the boundary of Edom, to the wilderness of Zin at the farthest south. And their south boundary ran from the end of the Dead Sea, from the bay that faces southward. It goes out southward of the ascent of Akrabim, passes along to Zin, and goes up south of Kadesh Barnea, along by Hezron, up to Adar, makes a turn to Karka, passes along to Asmon, goes out by the Wadi of Egypt, and comes to its end at the sea. This shall be your south boundary. And the east boundary is the Dead Sea, to the mouth of the Jordan. And the boundary on the north side runs from the bay of the sea at the mouth of the Jordan, and the boundary goes up to Bethhogla, and passes along north of Betharaba, and the boundary goes up to the stone of Bohan, Reuben's son. And the boundary goes up to Debir from the valley of Acre, and so northward, turning toward Gilgal, which is opposite the ascent of Adumim, which is on the south side of the valley. And the boundary passes along to the waters of En-Shemesh, and ends at En-Rogel. Then the boundary goes up by the valley of the son of Hinnom at the southern slope of the Jebusites, that is, Jerusalem. And the boundary goes up to the top of the mountain that lies over against the valley of Hinnom, on the west, at the northern end of the valley of Rephaim. Then the boundary extends from the top of the mountain to the spring of the waters of Nephtoah, and from there to the towns of Mount Ephron. Then the boundary bends around to Bala, that is, Kiriath-Jearim. And the boundary circles west of Bala to Mount Seir, passes along to the northern slope of Mount Jearim, that is, Chesalon, and goes down to Beth-Shemesh, and passes along by Timnah. The boundary goes out to the slope of the hill north of Ekron, then the boundary bends around to Shikkeron, and passes along to Mount Bala, and goes out to Jabneel, then the boundary comes to an end at the sea. And the west boundary was the Mediterranean with its coast. This is the boundary surrounding the people of Judah according to their families. According to the commandment of the Lord to Joshua, he gave to Caleb son of Jephunneh a portion among the people of Judah, Kiriath-Arba, that is, Hebron. Arba was the father of Anak. And Caleb drove out from there the 3 sons of Anak, Sheshai, Ahiman, and Talmai, the descendants of Anak. From there he went up against the inhabitants of Debir. Now the name of Debir formerly was Kiriath-Sepher. And Caleb said,
Whoever attacks Kiriath-Sepher and takes it, to him I will give my daughter Achsah as wife.
Othniel son of Kenaz, the brother of Caleb, took it, and he gave him his daughter Achsah as wife. When she came to him, she urged him to ask her father for a field. As she dismounted from her donkey, Caleb said to her,
What do you wish?
She said to him,
Give me a present, since you have set me in the land of the Negeb, give me springs of water as well.
So Caleb gave her the upper springs and the lower springs. This is the inheritance of the tribe of the people of Judah according to their families. The towns belonging to the tribe of the people of Judah in the extreme south, toward the boundary of Edom, were Kabzeel, Eder, Jagur, Kena, Dimona, Adada, Kadesh, Hazer, Ithnan, Ziph, Telem, Bealoth, Hazaradada, Kirioth-Ezron, that is, Hazer, Ammam, Shema, Malada, Hazargada, Heshman, Bethpelet, Hazarshual, Beersheba, Biziathia, Bala, Am, Ezim, Eltalad, Chesel, Hormah, Ziklag, Madmanna, Sensana, Leboth, Shilim, Ain, and Rimmon, in all, 29 towns, with their villages. And in the lowland, Eshtaol, Zorah, Ashna, Zanoah, En-Ganim, Tapua, Inam, Jarmuth, Adullam, Soko, Azekah, Sharaim, Adathaim, Gedera, Gederothaim, 14 towns with their villages. Zenon, Hadasha, Migdalgad, Dillon, Mizpeh, Jokthel, Lachish, Bozkath, Eglon, Kadbon, Lamam, Chitlish, Gederoth, Bethdagon, Naamah, and Makkedah, 16 towns with their villages. Libnah, Ether, Ashan, Ifta, Ashna, Nezib, Keilah, Achzib, and Mareshah, 9 towns with their villages. Ekron, with its dependencies and its villages, from Ekron to the sea, all that were near Ashdod, with their villages. Ashdod, its towns and its villages, Gaza, its towns and its villages, to the Wadi of Egypt, and the great sea with its coast. And in the hill country, Shamir, Jattir, Soko, Danah, Kiriath-Sana, that is, Debir, Anab, Eshtemo, Anim, Goshen, Holon, and Gilo, 11 towns with their villages. Arab, Duma, Ashan, Janim, Beth Tapua, Afika, Humta, Kiriath Arba, that is, Hebron, and Zir, 9 towns with their villages. Maon, Carmel, Ziph, Judah, Jezreel, Jokdeam, Zanoah, Cain, Gibeah, and Timnah, 10 towns with their villages. Halhul, Bethzer, Geder, Merith, Bethanoth, and Eltekon, 6 towns with their villages. Kiriathbaal, that is, Kiriathaim, and Rabbah, 2 towns with their villages. In the wilderness, Betharaba, Middin, Sekaka, Nibshan, the city of salt, and En-Gedi, 6 towns with their villages. But the people of Judah could not drive out the Jebusites, the inhabitants of Jerusalem, so the Jebusites live with the people of Judah in Jerusalem to this day.